Anyway, like I was saying, um, the book gave like lovey. I know it was a little bit of shoot 'em up, bang bang in here, but it was light to me. It wasn't too much like heaviness. It wasn't a heavy book to read. And after reading Power of the V, I feel like we kind of needed that with this book. So I'm gonna start over. I'm Shaquana, and I'm your host of the Black Girl Book Club podcast. The Black Girl Book Club podcast. The Black Girl Book Club podcast. Hey, and tonight we are reading Quasim. This name been whooping my ass. Okay, even while I was reading, it just was not coming, like, wasn't coming to me like I needed it to come to me. But it is about Quasim and Blair. And although their stories are somewhat tragic, um, like I said, it was somewhat lighthearted for me. Like they had some bad things happen, but their love was pure. I think is what I want to say. Y'all let me know if y'all agree. But anyway, as I've mentioned before when I was on here talking without no sound, how has y'all week been going? It's Tuesday, but everybody I done talked to the last couple days been like, this week been whooping their ass, and it's only Tuesday. So, how is everyone's week going? What are you guys reading? And what are your feelings about the book? Like I said, it was given rom-com, it was given like romance, it was given like romance. But what book is this? So I read Capone, I read Capadonna, I read Capri. Was there anything else that I needed to read before reading this? Because I just jumped right into this. So I was introduced to Quasim in Capri's book through Quamir, his brother. So that was my first introduction into him. And when you read that book, you want to know more about him, right? Because you can almost feel his pain through the pages of the book when she talks about him in the book. And, when she's talking about Quamir and giving us his backstory, and, this is his brother, but he's just so hurt because he's had so much tragedy and death and all of that in his life. And it was like, you just needed to know more about him. He just had this mystique about him, and you just wanted to know more about him. Am I the only one who kind of felt that way when it came to Quasim? Yes, okay. Y'all telling me y'all can't hear. But yes, so that's kind of like what I was getting. So we were introduced to him there. We learned a little bit about him in that story, or we learned kind of a lot about him. We know that his girlfriend has passed. We know that his daughter has died. So he has like a lot of pain on him. And Blair is introduced to us as well as a friend of, like the woman friend group. She was Capri's friend in college, I want to say. And so we're introduced to her through there too. But I don't think I learned a ton about Blair in there. So saying all of that to say, we don't know them from their points of view. We only know from other people's books' points of view. So this was like them telling their story through their eyes, right? And so we got a chance to read what it was like for Quasim to lose his girlfriend, his woman, his queen at the time. We get a chance to see what it was like for Blair and how she kind of got connected back up with them and stuff like that. So that's kind of how this book is written. Like I said, it's somewhat lovey-dovey to me. So it wasn't a lot of like meat and potatoes in here. I think we get more into that in book two. Y'all let me know because I'm not finished with that book yet. Um, but it's more like that. So we gonna go through this a little bit different tonight. We gonna talk about them, their character, and how we felt about them, and then we just gonna kind of get into like the story of it all, right? So the book starts off with Blair getting ready to ring the bell. She was diagnosed with cancer, which totally sucks. And she's kind of giving us a little bit of backstory, how she didn't have any family. Her mother has passed. She's always felt alone in her life and, all of that stuff. And I just pictured her. I don't know if you guys have ever been there when someone has rung the bell, but just being there with all of this love and support around her that she hasn't had throughout her life. And it made me a little bit emotional, I guess you would say. I didn't cry or anything, but it made me kind of feel a way to be able to have, for her to have that support that she hadn't had in so long. And it was because she had like this makeshift family that, she's created, that they've created around her. And to be at such a vulnerable state in her life and such a trying time, to have everybody there with her, um to have everybody there with her was just kind of like, it was heartfelt. It was made me feel all warm and fuzzy. I felt a little warm and fuzzy throughout this book. And so everybody is there. Quamir was late, but when she getting ready to ring the bell, she looked up and Quasim is there, and he has her favorite flowers and something else. And so to me, that was my first, even though I've read about them in other people's books or was introduced to them in other books, immediately you feel the pull. While she is standing there getting ready to ring this bell, to say that she has beat cancer, and he's standing there, her biggest supporter, you already kind of feel the love and the pull between the two of them in that moment, right? So thinking, which Jaquel, she kind of give us a little preface before we get into the book and everything. And she was like, they gonna kind of go through it. But at this point in the very beginning, I'm like, okay, like their love is strong. Their love is so strong. What can they really be going through, right? Oh my God. Okay. So she's a foster kid in an IPV. Yes. Okay. And so Blur starts off the book. So she talks about that. And then she goes into her past relationship. What was this man name she was messing with? Tyrell, Tukey, something. But he was abusive. So she was in an abusive relationship before the one with Quasim. She was he didn't know how to express his feelings. Girl, he wore me out. I don't know. I've never experienced the type of thing. Tukey need his butt beat, which he got his, but Tashawn. Okay, so that's her background. She comes from not having any family, an abusive relationship, just all of that kind of stuff. Oh my God. And she had a baby, and a baby passed, but we didn't find out about what happened with the baby in this book. And that really like was irked me because she kept referencing it, but we didn't really get into the meat and potatoes of what happened to him. Okay, so she had a baby by Tukey. So finally, she left him because he was a heroin addict, and he was abusive, right? So how do we feel about Blair? I felt like she was very upfront. She was very in touch with her feelings. She knew she wanted Quasim. She knew that, she was in love with him. He made her lose the baby. Oh, they talk about that. She knew that she was in love with him. She made it very clear that she was in love with him and everything. And like she couldn't do no wrong for me. I read today somebody said she was not about that life because she was always ducking and running when the shot stuff rang out. Like the other Inferno and Delgado women, they got they glizzies and they skizzies, they busting off. They say Blur is not about their life. She always running and ducking. Yeah, she was very open with him. She was really sweet too. And that's how I felt about her. She was like really, really sweet. They were married. Yes, her and Tuki was married, and Tuki would not sign them divorce papers. He was a mess. He was a terror in her fucking life. Okay, he was a terror in her life. In jail, talking about he finna go get her back. Blur living her soft life. What you say, Ursula? She do not want to bust him out and bang bang. Baby, y'all better leave Blur alone. She is living her soft life. She have been through enough. Okay. So then that's Blair's story. And that's kind of how the book start off. We learn a little bit, a very loyal person. Yeah, she was very loyal. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. So that's how was y'all feeling her, or did y'all feel like she was letting him take her through? You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, leave that man alone. Cause he's obviously dealing with some shit you can't help. So with that being said, let's talk about his story. So Quasim, he had a girlfriend, Sherry. And they had a daughter. Oh my God. What was that baby name? Put the baby name in the chat, y'all. They had a daughter. So the girlfriend had this guy that she was dealing with before him. And the guy was, no, actually, they were friends. She'll pull out a knife. They were friends, right? And Holly, that was her name. I thought it was more like theirs. But anyway, so the girlfriend that he was dealing with had a friend. And they went way back. They were cool. He was in love with her, but I don't think they really had any dealings, right? Savina. I don't think they had any they didn't deal with each other like that, right? But he was like obsessed with her, the other guy, or whatever. So she's in this relationship with Quasim, and because the guy was obsessed with her, he ends up hurting her, right? And they had been like beefing. We on part 1. I'm only on part 1. I'm only on part 1. I ain't made it through the rest. But he was so obsessed with her, he ended up killing her, right? This wasn't a gang robbery because I think I'm getting parts of the book mixed up right now. Yes. And so he is she's dealing with that, not Tuki. We talking about Sherry old boo. Rich. We talking about Rich. We talking about her old boo. And so he was obsessed with her. He wanted to be with her. I got the picture up. You got 2 picture up. That way I was at. Oh, I got 2 picture up. Oh shit, y'all. Okay, but just disregard my background. I might have to change it in a minute. So boom, Khaleesi came up in here. Not you up in here shaking the table. Why y'all ain't tell me I had rich bitch ass? Right. So he ends up killing her. So he is, yes, yes. So yeah, that's in part 2. And so he ends up hurting her. So he's grieving his girlfriend. So now he's a single father, right? He's a single father. And so now he is caring for his daughter by himself, and finds out that the daughter has cancer, right? So do y'all think Rich ain't kill her? So do y'all think please do not be up in here giving spoilers about so, so do y'all think that he was drawn to Blair more? I know that he liked her, I know that he loved her, but do y'all think that he was drawn to her more because of his daughter's diagnosis and then her dealing with kind of what she was dealing with? Do you think that he was kind of drawn to her with that and wanted to help her um with their more, right? I'm not laughing about their cancer diagnosis, but they had this chat. They had her tripping. So so now he's caring for his sickly daughter. And so when we meet him, His daughter has passed. He had survivor's complex. Oh, you think he had? Yes, baby. Ooh, yeah. That has. I could not imagine losing my child. And not only did he lose his child, but he had to watch her suffer, lose her hair. Say she wasn't beautiful. As the princesses. I mean, and she was a baby. She was what, like 5? And like to have to watch that, I could not imagine it. So on one hand, he was pissing me off a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Yeah, we talking about Simi. So on one hand, he was kind of pissing me off because it was like he know he want this woman. He know that he want to be with her. He know he in love with her. He know that she's there to heal his soul. But for some reason, well, not for some reason, he doesn't want to see her hurt. He feels like everybody that he loves ends up hurt behind him. Right? So he's trying to spare her in a way, but he won't leave her the fuck alone. You obsessed with Sammy Jim? He dragged Blair through it with the hot and cold. Girl, I was like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, give her. He was like trying to let her go, but he didn't never let her go. Cause then he wanted to be kissing on her and finger fucking her and all that or whatever. It's like right, and then he want to threaten the people pushing up on her. So I I understood where he was coming from. You didn't like Zay. I like Zay. I like Zay. Okay, so another part of Blair's story is she meets this guy. She's a doula. I love that she is a doula. Don't ask me why I want to be a doula too. So she's a doula. So she cares for women. She cares for the women after they have their babies or whatever. So she caring for this basketball player was what you call a husband, a basketball player, this basketball player wife. And the wife has a brother, Zay, who is a famous rapper. And wait a minute, y'all. I'm in book 2. Did I miss book 1? Did I start off with book 2? She tried to get over Simi with Zay. Am I tripping, y'all? I don't think I ain't no, I'm not in book 2. I would hope this ain't book 2. Maybe I'm in book 1. Khalees, it's got me over here tripping. She wasn't attracted to him. That's book 1. Okay. Okay. I like Zay and her, but you can tell she was not attracted to him. I think she was attracted to him, but she was distracted by, you know, Quasim and everything that he was doing to her. Shoot, even from afar, even though he wasn't trying to be with her, his energy was zapping her ass. She couldn't think straight. Okay, thank ya. Book 1, she was in Cali. Girl. Anywho, so we just, even if it ain't book, we gonna pretend this is book 1. But anyway, so she has this guy friend that she's dealing with, Blair, and his name is Zay. And I really like Zay. I wouldn't say I like Zay for her because she didn't like Zay. So there was no love connection there. Zay was feeling a void that she wanted to have. She was trying to fill a void with him. Like she wanted love, she wanted a family, she wanted to have more children. It was like she got a second chance at life after she beat cancer. She like, I'm ready to oh, when she was in Cali was a okay, yeah. So she was like, I'm ready to, live my life. I'm ready to have my second chance at life. So she's trying to find her a man. And she's trying to find a man to procreate with and move on with, baby. So she was like, okay, you not ready, Simi? I'm going to go ahead over here with little Zay Zay. But she played Zay. And I ain't like how she did him for real. I did not like how she did Zay. But it was all good. So she got Zay or whatever. Quasim, he got some woman over here that he was he freaking on somebody? and she was getting mad about that, but they was just kind of back and forth throughout the book. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the meat and potatoes of the book is gonna be in book two, but like in this one, it just showed how they really couldn't live without each other and how they navigated through that. Who the hell is Bentley? So boom. So I wanted to answer some of the questions that she asked in the book. So the premise of this book was to introduce you to them individually and as love interests, right? And so, and the things that they were dealing with on the back end, the things that they were going through in their minds from their point of view, not from anyone else's book. In the end, they is seeing an old girlfriend. Girls, they need to go on about his business. I'm glad he got him a woman because was he seeing her or was because the way that it read when I was reading it, there was like a publicity something. Like they used to mess with each other, but then it was like he was like this about the music. The yeah, he wasn't over his ex. I think he was. I think she was just taking him through or whatever. But she got well, Quasim got rid of his ass. He done rolled up on his ass at the restaurant. Talking about, do you want a mocktail or food? Now wait a minute, y'all. I'm like, hold on, baby. Hold the fuck on. Oh my gosh, I ain't talking about how he used to call her how he called her Aju. Aju. I want somebody to call me Aju. They really like Blur, but skip back once they got bomb threats. For no, yes, baby. I'm gonna hang back. Not only did they get a bomb threat, but then her they want to ride out at dawn on him. Like he like, wait a minute. Why you got people? They didn't roll down Anju, yes. So why is they following us? Why you didn't tell me that this was your nigga? Cause I would have really failed the fuck back. You messing with you messing with the inferno guy. Baby, I'm out. Let me out. Let me out the group chat. And so at the end, look, I got done with this in 30 minutes. At the end, they end up, well, actually, they profess they love for each other. Girl, he talking about making sure, he kept talking about making sure she get home safe. Sir, I'm afraid for your safety. Okay? I'm afraid for your safety. I'm afraid for your safety. So Quasim and Blair professed they love for each other. Like it was real deep. They was like really, loving on each other and telling each other that they loved each other, right? And then somebody, oh wait, we didn't talk about the baby. We didn't talk about the baby. Hold on, I done skipped through a lot of stuff. I like Havoc too. But we didn't talk about the baby. So Quasim, he has this neighbor that live across the street, this little boy that he cares for because the little boy's mother is on drugs. So he didn't just took this lady baby, basically, and was like, you not getting him back. Why she was finna send this baby with her friend out of town so that she can sit at home and get high. Right? So he has now Isaac, was that his name? Elijah. Girl, Jesus, help me. Yes, Elijah and his mama. Felt bad for his mom because I don't know, like she wasn't ain't shit mama, but I kind of felt like he cared a little bit about she cared about him. She just had a drug addiction. She was just fucked up because wait, police ain't talked about this in this book. I'm about to put you out the group chat. They didn't talk about that in her. Yes, his daughter's name was Harley. Yes. Girl, I couldn't really read about her Harley because she did not care. She did care a little bit. She was just messed up in the head. I'm giving her a pass, but she had a substance abuse problem. She was fucked up. But he took that woman, baby. He said, baby, you coming with me. Sam busted in her house telling her she smelled like fish. Oh my gosh, the comedy. The comedy, I love that even though they were like really hard men and they'll knock the nigga head off, they were so funny. Celeste said she did not care. Everybody saying she did not care. Okay, okay, she didn't care. She didn't care. She don't care. I was telling you. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. But yes, they were so funny. I won't give her a passing book too. Oh shit. Oh Lord. Oh man. Oh, y'all is giving up the tea. Okay, so they profess they love to each other. They have this kind of like almost adoptive son, Elijah. I'm pretty sure she gonna have a baby because Jaquel is good for getting them getting them pregnant. So that's where we are at the end of this book. So she has discussion questions that I wanted to get into. I like these. And so, do you think Blair played games when it came to Zay? So I don't think she played games. I think that she was trying to force that relationship because, again, like I just said, I felt like she wanted the next stage in her life. She wanted a man, she wanted a family. So I don't think she was playing games with him. She was trying to make it work. But for one, he was famous. He was always on the road. They didn't get a chance to like really mess with each other. What did I miss? Yeah, I got to read book two, so we can't get no Blur did not play. I don't think she played games. I think she really liked him, and um, I think she really liked him. But you know, when the heart wants what the heart wants, and she wanted Simi, baby. She wanted Simi Daddy, and Zay was not him, and so I guess that could be considered playing games because you know you wanted that other man. Did like most do can't be with one you love the one you with. Was it wrong for Sin to continue to play games knowing he wanted Blair but was conflicted? I even think he was conflicted. She really wants to give that. She did. I think he was conflicted. He knew exactly what the fuck he wanted. He And what's crazy is he was trying to keep her out of harm's way, and she ended up in harm's way anyway. Which I don't know who was doing the cocktail mocktail throwing, but he was wrong. Yeah, I think he was wrong for playing games. And he was stressing me out a little bit. I was saying this was a lighthearted book. No, he was stressing me the fuck out because I'm like, dude, just be with her. But I kind of understood where he was coming from when it came to her safety for one, and he wanted her but was terrified. Could understand that because it's almost like everything I touch I lose, everything I touch. But also I can understand where he was coming from because she was around, like she was friends with Capri and all the women. So it was like if she was out of sight she might have been out of mind, but because she's constantly coming around, he's constantly seeing her, and he know that he want her. Then I guess that's where the games came in and he couldn't. I can't leave her alone. Wait a minute, hold on, that's the girl song. Did he explain that he was scared? Yeah. Did he say that to her? I mean, like we read it throughout the book, that he was afraid, but did he express that to her in the book that he was afraid? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Did he explain that to her? He just what did he keep telling that girl? Be good friends with his brothers. Right. And she was friends with right, because they went to college together or something, right? Yes. What are our thoughts on everything that Quasim went through privately during his grief? Do you think he had reasons to keep Blur at a distance? I do kind of believe that he did have the right reasons for keeping her at a distance. Like, if all you experienced is pain and hurt and death and all of that, why would you think anything differently? No, like, okay, I'm finna be real with y'all, okay? I'm letting y'all have a peek in my mind, and this may not be the right way to think, but as a woman, I feel like as a man in such a dominant role, he may have should have had better control over his feelings. Am I wrong for thinking that? Am I wrong for thinking that? Like, I felt like, okay, I understand that you still grieving. Maybe you need to move out that house. I understand that you still grieving and everything, but like the way you acting, it was almost kind of like childish. He felt he didn't deserve love because he just had to use his words. I don't know, girl, but he was but everything that he went to as far as losing his baby mama and losing a baby and having to see his wife, not when it comes to a woman. He got enough money. He should have been at therapy. Girl, he was praying to God. He loved God. He loved God. But God was needed to work on him, baby. Yes, he needed to go to therapy, or he could have went to church. I love that about him. What did y'all think about him? He has to be hard as a leader. Okay, I guess that's a way to think about it. What did y'all think about his religion and him being I think that is such a turn on when a man is in touch with the creator. He was very and he got Elijah, praying and everything. I thought that was like so sexy if he wasn't already sexy enough. But yes, so he dealt with a lot privately. Oh my gosh. And when he was suicidal, when the baby was whew, well, I said this book wasn't heavy. Now that was heavy. That was heavy. When he wanted to kill himself because his baby was dying. Oh my God, y'all. I was like, oh, because I couldn't understand that, baby. Now that I felt in my soul. Oh gosh. Yeah, so he was dealing with a lot. But what, even though I ain't read book two, and I don't know what's gonna come out in book two, I wasn't really feeling Harley Mama. I wasn't really feeling her. I feel like she had some other stuff going on. I wasn't really feeling the love. And maybe it's because I didn't get a chance to know her like that, but it seemed like she was kind of sneaky to me. Girl, yes. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling her. Y'all tell me what y'all she was out. Okay, okay, okay. She was a snake. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I was right in my feelings. Okay, well, Jaquel, that means she wrote that good because she made me feel that way. I was feeling that and didn't even know, right? Oh, y'all let Celeste know. Y'all let Celeste know because she ain't up on it. What are your thoughts on Mina and Quentin's accident? What are y'all thoughts on that? Yeah, his daddy didn't like her either. But at first, I kind of thought that daddy was just being a hater, but I guess the daddy was on to something. They haven't got to that yet. Yeah, we ain't got to that. She a big girl. No, not so much, baby. Y'all is just giving up on the tea. It's not what we think. Look at Khalees. She know everything. I can't think of Mina and Quentin's accident. I can't think of it. Yeah, she was a suspect. It came out in book two. Girl, let me get into book two real good. Do you think Kiki should give Yasin a chance? Yes. I think I be wanting everybody to be together. Who wants to fuck you and you married with a kid? They wasn't married though, Celeste. They was not married, but she was in deep. Yeah, she need to give him a chance. I like them so much. I just be wanting everybody in love, and I think that the way that she be setting up the stuff, getting everybody ready for their books and stuff. Cause even like Havoc and the girl from the studio, like, yes, we already know it's about to go down. So I like that. She said let her cook. What do we think about who do you think is responsible for going burning that house up? So he had just went to go see Tukey. Tukey was about to shit his pants. So I was like, I know he ain't ran up in her trying to bomb nobody house with this lady in there. So it could have been Tukey, and I know y'all already know, but I don't. So it could have been him. It wasn't Zay. Zay loved her. Oh, okay. Even if you know, give us a prediction on who was the one who bombed the house. You can't tell me. It was Elijah Mama. Why would Elijah Mama bomb that house and her son was in there? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Tuki wasn't that dumb, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's in book two. Oh Lord. Okay, I gotta figure out what happened. Book two. Do we think that Simi should adopt Elijah? Simi then already took that woman baby. Simi then already took that woman baby. He ain't even it ain't even up for debate. It ain't even up for he didn't already took that woman baby. He might as well change that baby last name to Inferno and give him a jacket and go on about that day because he didn't already took that lady baby. We don't even gotta go to the courts. That's his son now. It's my son now. He say, "This is my son now. Sit your ass down." Jennifer said we had book one, people book one. Bro, they excited. Wait till you find out who Elijah Daddy is. Oh Lord. Wait, hold on. What are your thoughts on Yasin and Havoc? I like them. And I love the fact that Havoc has hearing problems. I guess he's deaf, but he can hear when he put his ears in. Such a unique point of I don't think I've ever read about a deaf character. Um, but yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. Do you think Zoya is wasting her time with see, I don't. I like them. I want Zoya and I want they trio to be together. Oh, what do we think Zoya did to get Tuki to sign them papers? Gave him some heroin. Gave him some drugs or said she was gonna lock him up. You love all the brothers. I know. I love all of them, and I love how they love each other. You know what I'm saying? I guess um that's how it be when you like have a bike club or I guess like a gang, which not to say that you should be out here killing people or nothing like that, but you kind of develop this family amongst each other. And that's what they did. They developed a family amongst each other. Shorten his sentence. Yes, honey. Do I think that Blair made it too easy for saying I did? But like I keep saying, like we didn't have time. Like she didn't have time to trying to be hard to get and all that. Baby, I just be Cancer. I was just within the inch of my life. I'm coming out, I'm telling you exactly how I feel, what I want, and she don't know sign language. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm coming out, I'm telling you exactly how I feel and what I want. Are you on that or are you not on that? If you on that, let's be on that together. So I think that Blur did it off. They had been through too much to be trying to play hard to get and shit. She had just be Cancer. She was in a bad relationship and all that stuff or whatever. She ain't have time to play games. It's like either we in or we out. So she didn't have time to make him grovel. I wish we could talk about Zoya is made for going. Oh, girl, with had that came out yet, I would have been turned off. You would have been turned off. She was in love with him, though, and he did treat her good. He bought her a whole building. Like, I don't know if you can get turned off after that. You bought me a motherfucking building. We locked in for life. Yeah, for life, baby. My bill building. I don't know if I can get turned off after that. But then she knew what he had been through. She knew what he had experienced. And even though he was hurting her feelings, I think she could kind of sympathize with that or whatever. She was in love and she had time to play. Girl, we talked about the moment in the bathroom. Do you think Berkeley is going to be a problem? She was kind of like a non-factor to me. Like, it was like, I don't know, she was just in there to ruffle some feathers, but I think she a non-factor. Yeah, I know already because y'all done already read book two. But to me, she seemed like a non-factor. Like I kept forgetting about her. Yes. Um, what do we think about the way Blair and Zay ended? I didn't like it. Birkenstock being issue. But I didn't like how Blair and Zay ended because no. Yes, I'm thinking with my 40-year-old head, and I know they probably a little bit younger than me, but it's like you knew she didn't want you. You knew she wasn't feeling you. She wasn't answering your calls. You knew she didn't went out to town with this man. Um, and so I don't know. He probably just fell back and read the signs. It was a mutual understanding. It was not no mutual understanding, baby. They rolled his ass right off into the sunset. He wanted her. He still wanted her. But he was like, I liked how he played it because he was like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you deserve yada, yada, yada. But not you calling in bomb threats to the restaurant we at, baby. No, that is childish. Khalid said she thinking what 30-year. Yeah, he should have got the fucking hint and fell the fuck back because she is not feeling you. You steady calling her and she's blowing you off and all that stuff. Let it go. Oh, do we think it's more to the reason why Elijah is wetting the bed? Yes, I did think that. Zay wanted to be back with his ex and wanted a second chance. I think he got back with that ex because Blur was not playing right. She wasn't doing what he. If she would have gave him a chance, I don't think that ex would have been a factor. That ex would not have been a factor if Blair would have been playing her cards right. Right. And yes, I do. I know y'all already know because y'all read book two, but yes, I do think it's another reason for him wetting the bed. And I felt like it had something to do with that mama boyfriend. What do I feel about what has happened with Skylar and Core? I can't really get deep into that because I didn't read about that, I don't think yet. But I was kind of sad for them because obviously that family needs to be together and somebody on some bullshit. She loved her. He loved her real bad. And then what do you think about Quasim's secret life? He got a secret life? I mean, I know he had that person named Q and I know he had that person named Q in his phone. And I didn't know he had a whole secret life. I know he got some stuff going on that she don't know about. Skylar is pissing me off. Even gonna be able to upload this episode on Spotify because we is all over the place. What do you think that was that Blur saw outside of the window? His other job. His other job. Girl, I don't know. But all I know is they need to be together. And what do y'all think about? Okay, so boom. They in their 30s or whatever. They've been living this inferno life. And I've never been in like a gang or anything or like had a family that was like in the gang or whatever. But y'all done made all the money y'all gonna make. Y'all rich. Y'all got a family unit and everything. Y'all starting to have children. Isn't it time to step away from the shoot 'em ups and the bang bangs and the um to me Scott is doing the same thing Cousin is doing. She is protecting core like Mirror's protecting Black. Okay, okay, okay. But like especially when people are falling, they bombing your house. I'm just like, let's go. Book two sales. I knew it was. I knew that was the big potatoes was gonna be in book two. You love the Thunderborough of Brooklyn. Yes, we love us in New York, baby. Who going to Behind the Pen? I'm gonna be at Behind the Pen in New York with Glenda and Rhonda. But yeah, that's a book one. So her books, the way that they come out, she kind of spoon feeds you a little bit when it comes to these books, which I'm not mad at it. She let us know what's up. Inferno, he took over for his father. I get that. I get that, Anita. I get that he took over for his father. That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like legacy and everything. But at this point, it's just too much going on. Hey, mama. Yes, it's just too much going on. It's his birthright, so to say. I get that, but maybe we can turn this into something else. Maybe we gonna turn over a new leaf and start doing something else. Cause all this fighting and gang banging and all that, I don't want to live like this no more. Let me out. So I get it. I understand what you're saying, Anita. I get it, but I kind of don't. But maybe we need to talk about book two. What y'all think? Cause so much happened in book two. Y'all let me know if y'all want to or not. Because Khaleesi came up in here and told all book two business. It came up here. They don't have legal business like Capone. I don't see how he can step down. Thoroughly step down, but you're in charge. You can do whatever you want to do with it. Okay, let's talk about it next week. Okay, we'll talk about book two next week. Let's talk about book two next week. So my picture is book two on yeah, I pissed Jennifer off. She said book two only. Don't come up in here talking about no book one or three or five or nothing. Book two only. Okay, so we're gonna get into book two next week. So we're going to continue this conversation. Yeah, I had the chat popping tonight. This was fun. It felt really laid back and just like girl time. Book two only to last. Get it together. Jennifer's not playing with y'all ass. So I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. It's the Black Girl Book Club podcast. The Black Girl Book Club